Tell me when.
Go.
Alright, hello haunters, I'm Daniel from Haunt Life, and today I'm going to show you how to corpse a skull. So obviously the first thing you're going to need is the skull, and this is one of those $5 skulls from Home Depot. And then I like to use Great Stuff. As you know, haunters put that shit on everything. So I have the one that's clamped off for reuse, and one more just in case, ready to go. And then the blood you're going to start off with, that I start off with, is the Allen Hop style blood with the clear glue and a little food coloring. And I also like to put some of this cheap, like Walmart Party City blood, just a little bit. I think it makes it a little bit darker, and just me personally, I like it. There's 1,000 ways to do this, and that's what we want you to do for us, for the contest. So anyway, oh, and also I like to use old coffee grounds. I think it gives it a little more texture and a nice color. So first thing we're going to do is take the clip off, cut the end of the Great Stuff tube. Also, you're going to want paper. I use toilet paper, paper towels, anything like that. So we're just going to start by just spray in the Great Stuff. Get it all over the head. You spray it on. It's going to dry real fast, as you know, so that's going to end up looking alright. Just get it everywhere. And just all over it, all over the top. That's going to make the paper towel and toilet paper stick to it, and that's going to look good when you're done. And it won't expand too terribly much and mess up your skull, because you're rubbing it around and everything. So I want to get a little bit up on the nose, little pieces sticking off. And once this stuff dries too, it's going to give the impression of a little bit of flesh also. If you know anything about me or Haunt Life or my brother Sean, we're big fans of gore, blood, stuff like that. I know this isn't everybody's bag, but you know, you corpse it how you want it to, and we'll take a look at it. So I always think don't neglect the bottom, because sometimes people do that, and you know, I don't know, I just feel like it's incomplete if you don't catch the bottom at least. A little more Great Stuff here. Alright, that just popped off on me. Let me turn that back. Alright, now's the point where you're going to take, I'm going to take toilet paper and just start sticking it all over. Stick it to the Great Stuff, let that adhere to your skull, and then just kind of rip it. You want to still be able to see a little bit of the skull, maybe. Again, there's dozens, hundreds, thousands of ways to do this. Everybody does it differently. So just get it all over. Get it nice and sticky and gross. We're trying to make it look like it's there's a little bit of flesh left, like maybe this guy ran into some cannibals, or you're doing a zombie theme and you want it to look like you know, it's been chewed up and gnawed on, and that's the effect I like. I like it to look like it's been eaten or torn up by something, maybe an animal, who knows. That's up to you, whatever theme, whatever thing you want to do. Get a paper towel, pull this in half. And the cool thing is, as you're doing this, obviously the Great Stuff is getting on the gloves. I think it goes without saying that with the way I'm doing this, you want to have gloves on, because Great Stuff, you know how everyone, I'm probably sure, has gotten Great Stuff on their arms or hands or something, and that's no good. So just Great Stuff the hell out of this thing. Let it apply liberally, let it stick, let it just gross everything up. I like to put a little bit over the eye, because just personally an effect I like. And try to get a little bit, again, this is my way, I try to get a little bit to go in between the teeth, keep the mouth open a little bit. And I am not going to make you watch every single moment of this process. I've got a couple that are done, and a middle one that's in the middle, so you can kind of see the process a little bit. Right now I'm just showing you the beginning of how I do it, and then we want to see later how you do it. Okay. Again, don't be afraid to use great stuff like crazy. That's what it's there for. And it is a staple for most haunters, I'm sure, probably all of us. Stick it, rub it, break it up, tear it up. It's gonna stick to your gloves, which is gonna help it pull off and help it rip, and just, you know, it's gonna make it just grosser, which you know, grosser is better as far as I'm concerned personally. Get some in the mouth. Try to make it look, you know, a little bit like some muscle structure. Like I said, you want this to look like it's been gnawed on, chewed on, tore up. All right. And of course, the great stuff will dry a lot faster. If you want, you can do this with latex and paper towels too. However you like to do it. Like I said, there's always different ways. Everybody has their own methods. And this is just one of mine. So. Now another thing you can use is you got cotton balls. I like to put cotton balls on it because you can stretch the cotton balls apart, pull them, and it kind of gives a nice muscle looking structure. And you can pull it, see how that comes up? That's really great stuff, because then you can pull it down. And I always like to try to connect some stuff from up here at the top of the jaw, and get it down around the lower. We bring the maxilla and the mandible into place, or into play. Okay, he is just about ready for this first lap. All right. So basically, with your great stuff, once you've pulled your cotton, once you've pulled your paper towel, whatever you're going to use, maybe like I did, you want to use all three. Personally, that's what I like, because everything doesn't look exactly the same. But you just want it to look like chunks of meat, chunks of flesh, bits that didn't get eaten, bits that didn't get torn off. All right. And just rub it in. Use your thumb, tear it up so you can see some skull. It's actually through the meat, through the flesh. Missed a little spot back here. Throw some great stuff. A little more toilet paper. And all right. That's starting to look like what I want. It's getting there. Again, this is the first phase. Then I'll show you what it looks like when you're gonna be about midway through, and then I have a finished one to show you, so you can see what it looks like once you're finally done. All right, well, once I'm finally done. All right, so I feel like this is about what I want. All the pieces, all the muscle, all the gross is in place. Like I said, you want disgusting. Disgusting. The grosser, the better. All right. So now later, you know, you're gonna put that glue blood on there, or whatever kind of blood you want. Also the perma blood to finish off the look. That's gonna give it a little darker appearance. And then I love to use coffee grounds. I like to put coffee grounds on it because it gives it a little better texture, and it also, I think, helps with the coloring when you paint blood over it. Just rub it in. That's going to tear everything up a little more. try to open up some spots in the paper towels and the cotton and everything, just so you can see a little of the skull. Make it look like it's been chewed on and gnawed on, and really just get into it. And again, you don't have to use coffee grounds. Sometimes I use dirt. You don't even have to use anything. You can, maybe you're a better painter than me, and maybe this is a crutch I use because I'm not that great at painting. Who knows? All right, so just a little more touch of great stuff here on the teeth. Let some pieces hang off. I like to have little bits hanging off. We get some cotton ball here. Paper, or not paper towel, but some toilet paper right now. And the cotton ball, you know, you pull it apart, stretch it, tear it into little bits, and get it all over. And just like I said, I'm going for maximum gross, maximum gore. And this is like, again, this is my way. So I think we're good now with that. So I'm trying to be quick so I don't take forever, bore you. And I would say that this guy, this would be my first part. This would be the first thing I would do. So, all right. So this now is the start. And you got your great stuff on, you got your toilet paper, paper towels, whatever you're using. And this is about what you're gonna have as your first level, as your first layer. The little pieces are hanging off the jaw, just anything a little extra that just, again, maximum disgusting. That's what you want. So put him there. Take these off. I've got a couple dry ones. So this is one that I made already. Well, it's partly finished. It's just the great stuff. And when the great stuff, as you spread it around, when the great stuff expands, it's going to give you little bits that look like flesh, that look like meat, and look like muscle stuff that has been torn apart. Take your clamp, close off your great stuff so that you can use it again. All right, and let me get you a close look on here. So this is what your second kind of, once everything dries, this is about what the second's gonna look like if you do it my way. And then here is my finished product. This is what these two are gonna end up looking like, somewhat. You see the darker spots. That's the Allen Hops glue and the Pale Night Productions Permablood. So let me show you again. Let me make sure you get that. You see the bottom. So make sure you get everywhere. All right. So now that we're done with these, this one's gonna dry, and this one is gonna get the treatment to look like this one. And that's really all there is to it. Now what we want is, we want you to do your own skull, corpse your own skull however you like, be creative, and send in the pictures. Philip on the Haunted Attraction podcast, he's going to give you an email, and you're going to send them in, and we're going to judge, and we're going to pick one, and the winner is going to get a Haunt Life t-shirt, a Haunt Life bumper sticker, so that you can show off the lifestyle you live, what we all like to do, and also one of the skulls that I make that is going to be part of the prize package too. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you later. Happy haunting.